Bones Beyond Time. A Mage the Ascension Campaign. Ari. A-Red. Shay. Diesel. Walter. Galewind. Bones Beyond Time.
All right, and we are now live. Hi, I am Kara858, and today I'm bringing you our first episode for Bones Beyond Time, a Mage the Ascension Campaign. This has been a while in the making. We've been doing a bit of a prequel arc that has some interesting individuals as well with us. And we're super excited to bring you this magical, slightly dark, yet slightly hopeful story at the same time. And so with that said, we're going to go around the group, our cast, our wonderful individuals here, have them introduce themselves, who they're playing, and of course the projects that they're working on. And we'll of course start first with Ree, our fantastic DM. Ree, you'd like to talk about yourself?
Hello, I am at Big Dude Ree on Twitter, where I do occasionally post some funny content. And tonight I will be playing mostly everyone in the world and all the good and bad people that exist. So, technically speaking, some people would blame me for what happens. That is not true. But some people would argue that. And I am super thankful to be able to help tell a story with these wonderful people here.
Woo-hoo, fantastic. Next, we'll make our way down is one of our new individuals joining the Cookout TTRPG campaign is Sharif Jackson. Sharif Jackson, you'd like to talk about yourself, who you're playing, and projects that you're working on.
Yeah, I'm Sharif Jackson, he, him, and I'm playing Galewind True, who you'll find out more about as we get through the story. Other projects is I also stream on Rivals Waterdeep, a D&D campaign, and Trouble in Techburg, the Kids on Bikes campaign. So.
I love that show. I'm always in their chat talking mad smack to Noir because he's always rolling horrible in Roll20. Making our way down, of course, we have the wonderful Aki. Aki, you would like to talk about yourself? Who you're playing and projects you're working on.
Hi, everybody. I'm Aki. I am playing Diesel Coombs, who you will remember from the little prequel sessions that have been happening. I'm working on a few things. Just got announced that I will be doing a show called, oh goodness, give me a second. It's still new. It is called West Birch. It's going to be happening over on Norse Foundry. It's going to be happening with the Bloodlines and Black Magic system for 5e, and that will be starting next Friday. And I'm super excited about that. And then on Monday, we have the series finale of Blood of the Void, which is GM'd by the amazing Eliza Pearl over on Q Times. And then look out for updates about the next season of New Pantheon, which should be happening sometime in the very near future. And then, of course, you can catch me on Saturdays over at Critical Bard's channel playing Let's Get Wildmount, which takes place in the Critical Role Wildmount setting. And that's a lot of fun. But yeah, that's the stuff I'm working on.
Fantastic. Making our way down, we have the wonderful Michael, aka Nosferatu Wicked. Would you like to talk about yourself, who you're playing, and projects that you're working on?
Hello, my name is Nosferatu or Michael. I am playing Walter Crow, the bargain bin private investigator, the conspiracy theorist of the group, sadly, the former underling of a certain Pandora who's not joining us currently. But if you want to see what it looks like, you can go on the Patreon and look there. I am currently not working on any projects of my own, but hopefully sometime in the future I might.
Sounds good. And of course, every single positive word in the dictionary, we have the wonderful Super Dylan. If you'd like to talk about yourself, who you're playing, and projects that you're working on.
Yeah, I'd love to. I'm Diana. I'm Super Dylan everywhere on the internet. If you are looking for me, whatever the social media is, that is the name. I am playing Shay. Shay is a bubble of positivity and belief. And I think things are going well so far. In the spirit of Shay, things you can find for me. By the time this airs, all 4 parts of the miniseries Lost Across the Fence, which is a Cortex system game in one of my favorite universes of all time, the Coheed and Cambria universe of the Amory Wars. If you don't know, Coheed and Cambria, concept band, whatever, but we ran this game. Our last episode is upcoming, and by the time this airs, they will all be up to watch on YouTube. So you can find that. And then you can find me coming up very soon on the Lark Network on Twitch on the 19th. So tomorrow, viewers, you can find me there at 7 p.m. Amelia Som has been kicking me out of her streams for months in preparation for this, because I think what's happening is she's running the same scenario with different groups of people. So every time I raid, I then have to leave immediately so that I don't see. So I'm very excited to finally find out what's going on. And that's it. And then you can also see me on Saturdays on Kira858 on Twitch in Lords of Faerun. And then that's really it.
Fantastic. As for yours truly, I am Kira858. I go by they, them. We kind of discussed, we had a few shows that's coming out. We have Lords of Faerun that does appear on Saturday, DM by Aliza Pearl that has Diana, Ree, Melee Damage, and a few other individuals. We also have Riverwood Academy that comes in on Tuesdays, which if you like a bit of also mage type aspect, but more in the Harry Potter whimsical type feel, you would definitely love that show. Those airs on Tuesdays, normally around 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then we have, of course, the show. And then we have another show coming up in the near future called Gods of Color, which features if demigods were on the road to godhood, to the road to ascension per se. I am DMing that group, and it features Melee Damage, Cynthia Marie, Brandy Rose, and a few other individuals. And we already have a few guest stars lined up. One has already been featured in our first episode, and it changed people's life. I would say that the reactions from that was chef's kiss to everything that I look for as a DM. So that's where you can find me. Of course, you can find me under Twitch, TV/Kira858 as well. Of course, our YouTube channel. And so those are all the shows. One other thing we have is, of course, this show has a Patreon. It was kind of referenced earlier before that we had a prequel arc that kind of showed this some of the individuals in this cast, as well as others, transition on becoming a mage and learning the ways in Cleveland, of all places. So if you subscribe to our Patreon, you would get tons of bonus episodes, as well as after shows, more bonus episodes to come, podcasts, exclusive Discord channels, and more. And all of the funds that go to the Patreon go straight to the cast. And so with your support, of course, it's going to help us bring content creation to you. So we definitely appreciate your support there. And of course, if you're not able to join the Patreon, liking, subscribing, and getting the word out about the show already, as you already done, means the world to us. And so with that said, that's all of the announcements that we have. So I'm going to take it over. I'm going to send it over to Ree, our storyteller, to take us away. Ree, it's all yours.
Good evening. Allow me to introduce all of you to the world of Mage the Ascension, a world where the mundane is a bubble beset on all sides by darkness, where creatures who defend the earth and the undead who prey on the living are all vying for control, and the only thing standing in its way are small groups of the awakened, people who have gained a sense of understanding of the way the world works. And we are going to follow a group of these awakened here today. Our party has recently been called together, given control over a small chantry or a communal area for your kind, and a recently renovated cinema in which you all have received a decent backing to have set up and prepared should you decide to do so to play different movies. And you all have recently sent word to the elders of your sect, the men in control, men and women in control, that there may be a group of Nafandi operating nearby. After that was sent out in the following weeks, a large number of people have begun to migrate to your place. One of such individuals is a very charming old member of the Celestial Chorus. Gailwind True, would you like to tell us what you look like?
Yeah, so Gale and True, he's a little bit older. He has like kind of a thick gray beard. He's about my complexion, maybe a little bit darker. And he's wearing robes. He kind of has bags under his eyes. Like it looks like he's been sort of either concentrating on something really hard or has been awake for a really long time. And he's constantly his eyes are constantly darting around. If you kind of pay attention to him, he's kind of always seems like he's checking out his immediate area.
All right. And Mr. True, as you are making your way down the sidewalk here, you were told very briefly that your understanding, your expertise with the Celestial Course may be needed. You are aware that ordinarily they would send someone a bit more experienced with these things, but the current conflict with the other side, the men and women you know that belong to the technocracy, has drawn a number of people away. And as a result, you have your opportunity. And as you round the corner and you pass a small group of teenagers talking loudly about something you've gathered is that they use to communicate, an Insta book or something of that nature. You've never been too particularly interested in, the workings of the young. You do find yourself feeling a bit, not quite uncomfortable, but your spirit is a little disturbed. There is a kind of a hanging of negative energy kind of around you. And as you reach the bright cinema, you see there are people walking to and fro. Out of you all, how many of you would be in the main sitting area this afternoon?
Is a movie going on?
No. At this moment, the cinema is not airing movies, but you are able to make that decision if you like.
Walter would definitely having a coffee and a cigarette if there is no one around.
Okay.
I'm feeling social, so I'll be wherever the most people are.
Ari's probably not there. He's probably in the kitchen area, wherever the kitchen area is downstairs, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you would be downstairs picking out on food because he now has a decent source of food to eat on.
What time of day is it?
Around 12 in the afternoon.
Oh, Diesel's asleep.
Okay. Right. Then as you enter the room, you see two people who are waiting for you, and you see that they're sitting around. One of them is smoking. The other is doing what you guess is the best impression of like a super happy kind of tour guide almost. As you see, there are a number of people who kind of come in and ask questions and then disappear, some going downstairs, some leaving out the door behind you. And would Shay and Walter like to describe what you two look like?
So Shay is actually in like, this is like the living room area. She is very, very tall, very pretty, and very made up. Has got like a very nicely done messy bun that took like 6 or 7 tries to get the perfect messy bun. Full face makeup, really good contour. I don't know the actual names, but there is a specific technique of contour that she does.
Baking?
Something like that. And swears by it. Even though she's inside, she is wearing her clunky heels, and I'm thinking it's like mini skirt and cardigan combo today.
Super legally blonde.
Yeah.
All right. And Walter?
Yeah, Walter looks like cigarette smell. He's dressed up in a hoodie and a beanie. He is drinking coffee that's way too black. He has a beard. He looks like he hasn't slept in at least 24 hours. He's writing something in a notebook. And in short, he's a 20-something mess who looks like a stereotypical college dropout who hasn't slept in days.
All right. And the two of you see entering a very unique individual, so much so that you're pretty sure that he is the last person you all were meant to be greeting today. You all were instructed that a member of the chorus would be arriving and that they can be eccentric in some ways, but you have been told that he is very good at what it is that he does.
Oh my goodness. Someone new to talk to. Hi.
Am I I'm in this area, correct? Okay. So okay. I will say I'm coming in. As you said before, like I heard that my skills are being used. I think what I imagine is I'm looking for like a really serious group, like a formal, established, like maybe some sort of like whatever passes for formal wear in this section. So when I see Shay waving, I think she's waving at me. So
she turns and her phone has been on, and she turns and she's like, hold on 1 second. Anyway, that was my getting ready with me this morning. Don't forget to come again tomorrow. And love you. Mwah. And she unlives, and then she double checks. Anyway, sorry. Hi. Welcome.
me?
Yeah. Who else? There's like no one else here.
I'm sorry. I'm looking for someone that needs help with the core. Is that you?
Oh, yeah. Like we need help with the thing. Yeah, that's us. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I follow you, but very like sheepishly.
Yeah. What's your name?
Chest kind of puffs up a little bit. Gail Wintrue.
Oh, that was the thing. Gail Wintrue. I'm Shay. Nice to meet you.
I'm... Chest puffs up again. Gail Wintrue.
All right. Okay. Good. Well, this is the living room. That's Walter.
Walter looks up from his
here,
notebook.
right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he looks up from the notebook. Huh?
Walter? Hello?
Hello? Well, looks at Jake. At least he's not a cowboy this time. Okay.
I like a cowboy.
I know.
You don't have a cowboy hat, do you, Gail Wintrue?
I do. I kind of search around. I don't think I have one. Do you wear cowboy hats, sir?
No.
No, it's not important. I'm sorry. It's just a.
Are you sure you're? Maybe I have the wrong group. I'm sorry if I bothered you.
No, wait. Are you? Well, kind of looks around. Are there any mundanes around? Or are there any sleepers around?
No.
Kind of looks. You look like a mage. Are you a mage?
I believe in the yes, but also more importantly, I follow the song that helped shape creation.
Walter kind of blinks.
Sorry, what?
With 3 ranks in a cult, would he know what Geldwin means?
Both of you are vaguely aware of what he is referring to. You know that different traditions can have different definitions of who they are. Each one of you even wouldn't agree with each other. And you know that the choristers tend to believe that there's a song of some kind that is kind of creating the universe or something to that effect. You also know they also have some sort of relationship with religion in some way. Unless you have lore in a particular tradition, you do not know much more than that.
So, Walter kind of blinks. I guess you could call me a Euthanatos? Blinks again. Anyway, if you look at the notebook that Walter is writing on, it's like a list of names, all of them like connected with lines, and it's like a mini conspiracy board that he's been working on for the last couple of weeks. It looks weird to anyone that's not him.
If I can see it from there, I think I'll ask. Are you like trying to hide it, or would it be within view of someone that's like kind of standing across?
Yeah, it's like he's literally just it's like on the table, and he's like just leaning over it occasionally.
Okay. Oh, is that a list of others that you're looking for? Am I on that list?
No, that's technically a different list. I've been working on something. We'll explain later. Kind of suggest. What did you say we're supposed to do when we meet him again?
Well, I mean, we should probably get the others or whatever.
Yes,
but
the
I
others.
Think there's others, and they like kind of, everybody like knows the situation.
So, are you waking up Diesel, or am I taking the short straw today?
Short straw? Diesel's a delight. I am going to wake them up. It's going to be fine.
Okay, is Diesel only mean to me?
I don't know. Maybe it's just, the energy that you put out like comes back, in the same kind of way. So like, we can work on it. You've got to like put out the energy you want to come back. I saw that on a Pinterest.
Walter rubs the bridge of his nose. Okay.
Anyway, I'll go wake Diesel. And I don't know, is the kid around? Maybe we should get the kid. The kid's like
kid.
Really smart.
Wait, you're the kids. There's people younger than.
I'm not a kid. I am like 24, probably.
Okay. Well, you can go get your elders, or like the people that lead.
I don't think we should say that.
Like the people that lead the group, maybe.
I am like a whole ass influencer. I like lead a lot of groups.
If you're looking for leadership, it's not exactly how it works here. I guess the most competent person here was the cowboy, and he's kind of busy. and he's not around anymore.
I had to like teach him how to dress. I don't know about that, Walter. We are plenty competent. I'm gonna go get Diesel, and we'll get this all sorted.
I'm
You
gonna
are
go
in
get the
good
kid.
hands, Galewind True.
I'm
And,
gonna go get Aki. Ari, I'm gonna go get Ari.
Yeah. I'm looking for a. Are there seats around here? Anything where to sit?
Yes.
Well-
In this main area, there has actually been a section where a large kind of black wooden table has been set up. That for those of you who already are here, haven't been told too much about. You've been informed that there'll be someone coming to meet with all of you to kind of let you know about recent developments, and that you all are to gather here before that person arrives.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna sit. So I'm kind of tired from making it all the way over here. So I'm sitting. I hope I don't get in trouble, but I'm sitting.
Okay, so we will start with Walter, who has gone to look for Ari, if I'm understanding your breakdown here.
Yes.
All right, and Ari is still eating, is that correct?
Oh, yes. So you see a little 8-year-old child, long curly locks that seems like was never cut ever since they were born. Brown with violet eyes, medium brown skin complexion, looks of biracial descent, has an old worn out pink and white t-shirt and very washed out jeans. Shoes looks like they have seen everything under the sun that hasn't been cleaned for a millennium. And you see him on the table with 5 different types of food items because he can now eat whatever he wants. That's in the kitchen. So you'll see him with chocolate on one side, and then oatmeal on another side, and then an apple on one side. And he doesn't understand like the food groups or anything like that. He's just like, there's food here. I'm going to grab everything that's in the kitchen area and just eat it all. So he just pretty much, it looks like he has 4 arms because he's just pretty much eating everything under the sun.
So yeah, Walter kind of walks in. Hey kid, you here?
Yes.
Walks over. You could have asked for breakfast, right?
I don't know how to make breakfast.
No, I said you could ask me or someone to make it,
Oh,
At least, kind of looks at all the food on the table. I'll take care of this later. Anyway, there is a new person here.
Oh.
Yeah. Give me that apple.
And he grabs the apple, he kind of throws it. And again, it's a kid throwing it. He's like, oops. Most likely the apple probably like bounces across the ground a few feet before rolling towards him.
Well, this goes 5 seconds, it'll fix it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
blow on it. That will work.
Wipes it on the hoodie. Yeah, there is a new person around. I think you should come see them. And
are they like us?
I mean, yeah, but he keeps talking about some song of creation. Does that sound familiar to you?
Would he have read about it in his studies? The song of creation?
Vaguely, you are aware that there are a group of people who either sing to do magic or they are somehow listening to songs all the time. You didn't really pay that much attention towards the history of the traditions when Angela was teaching you it, and you see a lot of trouble for it.
So Walter just asks, I'm just kind of wondering, are they the kind of people you don't like or do like, considering your thing? And you're like, does the wings gesture just something?
I don't know. Was there people? I just know that some people want us. I just don't know who they are.
Look, I just want to make sure your sister doesn't beat me up, okay?
Oh, well, she wouldn't beat you up if this new person was bad. She would beat him up.
That's comforting. Anyway, let's go meet the new people.
Okay.
And you see him hop off the ground, and you see him as he hops off his chair. He still grabs like the big old Snicker bar, king size, the Reese's pack. It's like the chocolate. The chocolate has to go, and he just grabs it with him as he carries like 4 bars in his hands as he makes his way upstairs.
Walter kind of snatches some of the snacks as well while Ari isn't looking.
Apple and chocolate is really good.
It hurts my teeth.
You'll get used to it.
And then he starts to make his way up the stairs.
Okay. And while that is happening, our camera is going to pull back, and we're going to find ourselves following Shay as she is making her way to visit Diesel. Is Diesel still asleep?
I think they are.
Okay.
Shay's approach to this is she's just gonna go right up to the door and give one little like tap tap tap, like a light one, and wait if there's any reaction. If after a few seconds there's no reaction, she's going full on. Morning.
Oh, Shay, you.
There's a new guy.
A new guy?
What? A new guy.
Oh, okay. How? Okay.
I don't know. It feels important.
Do I need to come out there?
I mean, yeah, well, I guess you don't need to do anything, but I would like it because right now it's just me and Walter.
Oh God. Okay. Give me 5 minutes. I'll be right out.
Okay. Appreciate you.
Welcome.
Okay. And Shay will skip back downstairs.
And Diesel like throws on like a white beater and like pulls on a pair of like black jeans and like runs their hand over the very, very short hair on top of their head to make sure like, you know, it's doesn't look like they just rolled out of bed, and then like splash some water on their face to, you know, at least get rid of any possible drool streaks or whatever, you know, but they're not putting in any major effort. They don't even bother to put on like socks. They just like come out of their door and, you know, just bound up this like, all right, I'm ready.
Oh, good. Yeah. So he's sitting at the table downstairs when we come back in.
Yeah, I'm sitting at the table. Yeah,
he's right there.
Does Diesel recognize this person?
You can roll a. Let's see. We'll do intelligence plus politics roll to see if he would notice.
Okay. Do I get a lower difficulty on this because of reasons?
I will say yes. Your difficulty will go down by 1 to 5.
Okay, so plus politics, you said? Okay, cool. I'm only rolling 2 die. Here we go. That is going to be 2 successes then. No, sorry. Hold on. Yeah. No, sorry. 1 success.
You've definitely heard of him. You know that he is a bit of a kind of an eccentric. You know, he has a bit of a reputation of, you know, kind of doing his own thing. Very flighty, according to some of the kind of older priestly kind of sages in your tradition that you've met. But as far as you know, he seems to be a good person.
Huh. Starting to think this guy was a myth. I've heard, you know, people from my tradition talk about him, but I've never actually had the chance to meet him.
You know Galewind True?
I've heard of Galewind True, but he's, like I said, he's a bit of a legend in our tradition. It's yeah, wow, I can't believe he's here. I wonder if he'd be willing to give me some lessons.
Well, I guess we could ask. He seems pretty nice. I mean, he doesn't seem to think that we seem very capable so far, but I feel like
I think yeah, once he meets somebody who's like, you know, part of the same, I think that might put him at ease.
Oh, good.
Hopefully, anyway. Either that or it'll make him more nervous. My sources say that he can be kind of flighty. So.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll come at it from different angles.
Also, I'm really liking this. This is a fun color palette for you.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm just feeling like autumn me today.
And you said Walter has been dealing with him too?
Yeah, but he went, I think, to go get the kid.
He didn't want to come get me, huh?
No, he was really scared of that, which I found strange.
Well, he's I think you know what I'm trying to say. You are always very pleasant to be woken up by.
Thanks. I appreciate that. And
Right.
she gets a little flustered, and then she goes, Galewind True!
Yes?
This is Diesel. Diesel? This is Galewind True.
Hello, Diesel.
It is very nice to meet you. You'll have to forgive me. I am very honored to finally meet you. I haven't. I've heard about you, but have not yet had the pleasure.
Oh, a fan. Oh, okay. Are you the leader here?
I don't know if leader is the correct term, but I am a fellow chorister.
Oh, okay. Can we have a little sidebar for a minute, maybe?
Sure. I of course. Just step over here this way with me. Do you want anything to drink? Have you had the opportunity to hydrate recently?
No one has offered me any sustenance at all. I didn't want to be forward about it, but I found it fairly rude.
I'm sure we can find you. Would you like a hot tea or a water? We could probably find some cookies or something like that for you as well.
A hot tea would be fantastic.
Okay. Shade, do you mind?
Oh, yeah. No, I know how to make tea. Yeah, I do.
Just make sure the water is at about 200 and 205 degrees. Okay.
Totally.
I don't want to scald the water, but it has to be warm.
No, I would never scald water. And she walks off into the kitchen and does that.
Diesel to themselves. I might have made a mistake. But
Okay, so-
yes, Mr. True, please, how can I help you?
I understand that your group needs some assistance from the Celestial Chorus, but you said you're also in the group. Was it you that called for my assistance?
I mean, I'm going to assume that it had to have been me, but I don't know that for sure. Storyteller, does it sound fine to you?
It wasn't you specifically. You all were told that because of the threat of a Nafandi in the area, a recruitment drive, so to speak, has been put out requesting a number of new people, including another member of the chorus. But it's primarily been behind the scenes people and people who handle things like finances, taxes, cleaning, that kind of thing.
The bureaucrats took care of this one.
Of course. All that red tape. Shit.
But they must have thought, we needed the backup from somebody with a bit more experience than me. And I am always happy to learn from somebody as storied as you.
Well, you look fairly experienced.
I appreciate the vote of confidence in me. That really, you really do honor me.
Of course, it's not just a pleasantry. I mean, I must say, this group, I was a little surprised when I met some of your colleagues, but I know I was brought here for a reason. And I do feel more comfortable seeing you here. And I just wanted to let you know that if you ever want to talk about anything about the chorus, about anything specific about our beliefs, anything you can learn from any of my other adventures, I'd be more than willing to share. I just wanted to say that, just person to person.
That is a very generous offer, Mr. True. Thank you. Have you had the opportunity to meet Ari yet?
I don't believe so.
I'm sure you'll love him. He definitely grows on you.
Yeah, they mentioned there was a kid.
Yes, that would be Ari.
Okay, because I'm assuming they're not talking about you.
No, I'm actually I'm older than Shay, at least. I haven't it would be impolite to ask, people how old they are. But yeah, I'm yeah. As far as I know, one of the older ones.
Yeah, because Shay is like 20. She was on her phone. Like she's definitely, she said she was an influencer.
Yes. Do you know what that like? I mean, think of it this way. You, Mr. True, are essentially an influencer for our tradition. You are the person that we kind of look up to and try to emulate. You stand out as like a figure in our great chorus.
A celestial influencer.
Yes, indeed.
Maybe. Do you think I should ask Shay to set up a whatever they call them?
I think Shay would be thrilled to set up your social media.
Yeah, social media. Yes. Sorry, I don't really.
You would be making all of her dreams come true.
Okay, that might be a good thing to do. Okay.
Like a great way to break the ice, get to know the young people a little bit better. I say that a Diesel can't be over 30 years old. Like, they are also fairly young looking.
Well,
but
I am so relieved.
Right. No, it's the perception versus the reality.
Yeah.
It's just like, I see someone of experience and then like reality is just like, I'm just over here, man. Anyways, but yes, I mean, I and then of course, when it comes to Walter, I mean, he likes to investigate things. He's very curious, nosy might be another word for it. And he also, he likes to gather information. He likes to turn it into things. So I mean, asking him questions, he may not answer all of them, but at least showing an interest in what he does, I think is probably a generally good way to kind of get to know him a bit better. And if he dodges you, it's probably because he's just being Walter. And then Ari, definitely the easiest, loves candy and is very inquisitive, likes to ask questions, and is probably genuinely the sweetest child I have ever had the pleasure to meet, and I've had to deal with a lot of kids.
I don't mean to be rude, but when you say child, do you mean he's 21?
No, I do mean 19? An actual child. I think he's last I checked, I think he was like 8. He's 8 years old.
Is that like literally 8?
He's literally 8 years old. Yeah. You like I had the same reaction, man, when I came in. I was just like, why is there a child in the shanty? Like, who allowed this to happen? And I kind of avoided him for a little while because it freaked me out that there was a kid in the mix. And then he approached me one day and, just kind of asked me some questions. And, we had a conversation, and gotta admit, got a little soft spot for him. He's a pretty great kid.
I just
Also,
heard things.
his older sister is kind of amazing. So
Just thought things would be kind of dangerous. I wasn't expecting there to be a.
no, I mean, yeah. Ari has gotten himself into a little bit of trouble here and there. We do our best to protect him, but he is quite the inquisitive boy.
Okay. Thank you for the update. I should go meet him. Where's he now?
They're probably in the kitchen, I'd imagine. I haven't seen them anywhere else. And actually, we should probably head that way ourselves, just in case Shay blows up the kitchen.
And they meet in the middle. It's like as they are like on the stairs.
At this point, that coming up, we see both Walter and Ari.
Oh yes, I guess I should also. Is it they them now for Ari?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you for the correction.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I was not aware. Okay. Cool. All right, got it. So can I see Ari now?
Yes.
Like, are you up?
See both of them making their way up the stairs just as you two finish your conversation.
Speak of the devil.
How does what is Ari? Is he
Are they?
running? Sorry, are they running? Like, are they? I just want to know what the first impression I have of Ari is. Like, is like, are they like a calm, just walking by, or are they just zipping?
Oh no,
zipping around.
Ari, they are focusing entirely on having a iron crab grip on their chocolate. So their entire focus is making sure that none of these 4 chocolate bars in each hand drops while they're walking up the stairs. It's like there's a lot of chocolate. And so when he walks up, they're like, phew.
You could have asked me to carry those, all right? I've been asking you for the last while.
But you had apple and chocolate.
My hands are bigger.
And he kind of like holds up the chocolate.
It's just, Walter just pockets it into the hoodie pockets. Just see.
Ari?
Hi.
I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is, chest puffs up a little bit, Gelwin True.
Gelwin True.
Yes. How are you today?
I have chocolate. Would you want some?
I would love some, thank you.
He kind of steps forward a bit.
It says,
As he looks up as they look up at Diesel, they're like,
is he the new guy?
Yeah, this is our new friend. He was sent, by the higher ups to come and help us.
Diesel always up in there.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna grab. What's the status of this food? I want to know. Is this like crappy? Is this like fine Swiss chocolate? Or is
These chocolate bars have been probably around for like decades, like smeared against they around for a bit. That's why you can literally see like chocolate smears on their cheeks. They also don't have any type of table manners in its
got
life.
it.
It's like,
As most 8-year-olds can. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm like looking around at the other people. Thank you.
You're welcome. There's tons of food here, so you'll never get hungry.
Hey, that's good to know. I'm sure we'll work up quite an appetite.
Because there's gorillas and stuff we have to worry about.
Oh, yeah, I figured. But hopefully I can be a good addition to your team. I'm always looking for the next adventure, and this surely seems like a challenging one. But you know what? That usually means you reap the best rewards.
So
what?
we were gonna head back downstairs, Ari, because I sent Shay down to the kitchen to make Gale Wintru some tea. And you can
Is that what she's
understand.
doing?
Well, that's what I believe she's going to try to do.
Speaking of which, okay, I'm just going to quickly change focus. And Shay, can I have you make an intelligence plus crafting roll for me, please?
Yes, you can. But also,
Craft that tea.
Shay is going to set her phone up on a tripod on the kitchen and pull up a YouTube tutorial on how to make the best cup of tea, and we'll follow it as closely as possible.
Roll your Arte for me.
Okay. Oh, I still haven't.
Difficulty 6.
I still haven't bought a third dot in that. Oh
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Starting off strong.
I got an 8 and I got a 1. So I got a nothing.
Thankfully, it wasn't a botch. However,
No.
you spent a few minutes checking for a proper YouTube video, and you can't find any good ones. Like you find a few, and the people are either just so boring or they have like no camera presence. After about 5 minutes of searching, you just like, you know what? I can do this by myself. I don't need it.
Yeah. And so then what I think I wind up doing, I find the tea bags. I put it in the cup with some water, and I'll nuke it.
All right, roll your intelligence plus craft. We'll see how well you can handle this. It'll be difficulty 6.
Intelligence plus
Maybe
craft.
you do well. Maybe you do.
Oh, maybe. One success. No ones that time at least, but one success.
Okay, so you managed to avoid the most obvious problems. You know not to open the bag. You do heat up the water, and you do a
Great.
decent job making it. The water is definitely hot, and it is definitely steaming like tea. You figure it's probably fine. You begin to
Nailed it! Tea! Gale Wintru, I made your tea. Your tea's ready.
Thank you. How long should I let it steep for?
It's ready.
Okay, so you already let it steep back there. Okay.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
You're super welcome.
And I take the tea. I notice it's a little hotter than I guess I thought. If you're giving it directly to me without it steeping. So I let's see, do I drink it and try to burn? No, I maybe I should roll on that, but I sense the heat and I kind of say a little hotter than I thought. but smells good. Smells good. Thank you very much.
Thanks. It's a special. It's just how I make it. So if it's not the way you like, it's
no. Everyone has their own. Everyone has their own thing. Question.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose I wanted to set up a thing where I could share more information about my faith.
You're gonna have to be like a scotch more specific.
I don't really know what it's called. I saw you doing it though. You were talking to your phone.
I was doing a live.
He is asking if you would be willing to help him set up his social media.
Social media, yes.
Ooh, yeah. What?
I know we just met. I know it's a bit of a forward request.
We went from like tea to social media manager, but like we can work on that. So, first of all, how do you like the tea?
I haven't had any yet because it's still kind of hot. So I'm just waiting for it to settle down a bit. But
okay,
I will take a sip once I can.
Okay, so you know what? I do want to help you with your social media. I just need to get a bigger picture of you. So once I feel like I get you, then I can do it.
When you say bigger picture, I looks like I start to kind of pose a little bit, like not like a b-boy thing, it's anything like that, but start to like kind of.
Shay takes a picture of you.
You should notice the posture changes.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Not bad. That's not what I meant, but like that's good.
Now you have a picture of me.
I do have a picture of you.
So now we can begin?
Do you want to perhaps maybe talk to us a little bit about the impending situation?
Oh, sure. Yes, he's very literal. Like the situation. Well, I thought you would have the information about the situation. I wasn't told much about exactly the details of why I needed to come here. I know you said the bureaucrats handled reaching out.
Yeah, I unfortunately have sort of been out of commission on what's been going on as well. I feel like maybe Walter and Shay and Ari know better than I would what's been going on. I've been rehearsing for a play for like the last few weeks and haven't really been around all that much.
Oh, so that's what you've been doing. Okay.
I mean, why I'm here in Cleveland, Walter.
You still didn't give up on that? Oh, that's really
why would I?
You don't tell people to give up on their dreams, Walter.
I am a college dropout.
I'm going to be a Broadway star, okay? And that takes dedication and focus.
Gives a thumbs up.
They are going to be a Broadway star. It all starts here in Cleveland.
Hell yeah.
So while that's going on, you see Ari, they're trying to grab. First, they put a chocolate bar in a cup, and then they try to grab the tea kettle and pour it in the cup with the chocolate bar to see how tea and chocolate taste like. And then we see.
Walter just goes, oh, no. Just
No?
don't touch the kettle.
Oh. It might taste good.
I mean, maybe, but don't touch the kettle. It's hot.
Okay.
He kind of like sits back down and makes his way over back to the group. They say,
Do I have to show him?
We'll ask your sister once she's around.
Are we really going to leave him in the dark until Ira decides she wants to come back?
Do you want to deal with the aftermath if we do it otherwise?
Like I'm as in the dark as Galen is. I would at least like to know what's going on.
Ari, I just, do you have to? No, but it might be helpful. So if you're okay with it, it might help the situation. But have to is strong. You don't have to.
He nods, and then when they take a look down on the ground, they kind of take off they have a Baby Yoda backpack. So they take off the Baby Yoda backpack and slide it to the ground. And as they step back up, you see from the back these bright white angelic wings starting to sprout from the end to where it literally is larger than their entire body. And they look up at the group and says,
So, well, we're different, and they're trying to find people like us.
I think we should take this from the beginning, if that would be preferable to Mr. True. And Walter kind of pulls out his conspiracy notebook, the little book of possibly lies, maybe not, and starts going through it. All right, so we have this conspiracy almost where people who are touched by, I guess what you would call, God, the light of, not sure. Basically, people like Ari here are being kidnapped, and for one reason or another, they're being moved somewhere for a benefit of someone. We still don't know who, but we know that they have at least 3 people working for them. One of whom is a certain failed artist, goes by Sarah Blaine, and a certain what did Vandal call them? Shapeshifters. A certain shapeshifter gorilla that goes by Tommy, and we have a reason to believe that they have out of character. Was it current or soon to be politician?
Mayor.
Yeah, was it soon to be or current mayor?
Soon to be.
And we have a reason that they either work for or with the soon to be mayor of Cleveland. And on my personal suspicion, I have a feeling that he's also working for someone else, but I have nothing to confirm that. And then there is also the Fandy, and I'm pretty sure you're more familiar with those. From what I hear, they're not good news for most of the traditions.
We should know more about the mayor soon. We've got some rats on it.
Do we have any anyone inside the mayor's entourage? Any connections to the mayor, or
I just said we have rats on it.
We don't have that kind of connections.
Yeah.
Okay.
As of now.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
I mean, my show is going to be opening soon. I could see if the box office would be willing to offer the mayor some free tickets to come see the show. That would give us the opportunity to kind of get up close and personal with him.
That totally tracks. They do that kind of thing all the time, like invite public figures.
That's a great idea.
Is that bait?
I mean, I imagine a fairly famous performer or even an influencer might be enough of a draw. If you came and gave the show a really good review, Shay, for example, even if I don't think it's going to suck. It's not going to suck. It's going to be an awesome show. But
What's the show again?
What am I doing?
I feel like you did say it, and I just don't remember.
I don't remember either. It was a really long time ago.
Yeah.
I feel like I said something. I don't remember.
You said you were going to sing, and then we were going to get VIP seats.
I did say all of those things. Yes. I need to check in with the box office to make sure that they've set aside my will call for y'all. But yes, you are going to come and see my show, and you are going to get VIP tickets.
This is going to be so much fun, and my followers are going to think that I've suddenly developed so much worldliness and for seeing a play. Very excited.
Is this going to be your first musical in an actual theater?
Is it?
Well, like I've seen like musicals, like, you know, I've seen in like
there's no judgment here at all. I'm just very pleased that the first one you're going to see is going to be with me in it. That's all.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. I never saw one in like a real theater. Just like, you know.
If it makes you feel better, I'm part of the crowd that thinks that professional theater is inaccessible to the common person, and therefore, you know, yeah. That's something I think needs to change. But you know.
Well, cool.
Yeah, I think
Iris said beta is bad because when I said I would do a drawing, because they were doing artists, she said that would be dangerous.
Because you're 8 and Diesel is not 8.
Yeah, and just because 8 and bait rhyme does not mean they should be put together. Okay.
Yes, exactly. What Diesel said.
But Mr. True, you were saying?
No, just how long would it? How far away is this show?
Oh, it's here in Cleveland. It's probably like an hour drive. Not even that. It's probably like a 20-30 minute drive to the theater.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant how far away. How many days?
We open in a couple of weeks. That should give us some time to make sure we have our ducks in the row.
Okay. I like this idea. I guess maybe we should. Are you familiar with the space where the show is going to be held? I'm assuming you've been practicing there and such.
Yeah, we've been using a rehearsal space, but we're going to start doing our previews pretty soon. So we'll be in the space probably starting from the end of this week.
Yeah, because we might want to set up some. Just get familiar with the space, you know.
Maybe set up a few interesting little traps.
Yeah, some traps, some vantage points. Make sure we know how to get in and get out.
And we're probably going to need a getaway car of some kind. I can handle that. I'm a pretty decent driver.
Is this something you've done before?
Acted as a getaway car. Maybe just the one time.
That was more of a battering ram, but works.
You do what you got to do, especially when you're dealing with a shape-shifting gorilla person.
Yep.
Yes, this was Todd, you say?
Tommy.
Tony. Okay.
Tommy.
Tommy. Tommy.
Got it. I was thinking this Gorilla Todd.
coming from the stairs beneath you are two women. The first one is a very beautiful dark-skinned woman with very kind of beautiful curly hair, and she's wearing kind of a two-piece business suit. And standing next to her, almost like a mirror, another woman. She appears to be of Asian descent, and she is standing there in an equally nice business suit. And she looks at all of you, and the dark-skinned woman says, "All right, I'm glad to see you all are awake."
Ari immediately hides the chocolate.
Shane nervously giggles at their entrance. Sorry.
Time for our meeting. I hope you all are ready. And you must be Mr. True. It's nice to meet you. I've heard things about you.
Gus puffs up. Yes. Happy to meet you as well.
Perfect. And you all ready to meet, you all are meeting to meet our guest, yes?
Lead the way.
And the pair do lead you back up the stairs and back to the black wood table. And as you all are taking your seats, are there anything you all wish to do before this begins?
Well, Ari definitely put the chocolate back in the kitchen before they went up there. He was like, okay.
Yeah, I am, if I haven't already, I'm going to try that tea out.
Now let's have time to steep.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what your crafting on that was. It was like in the middle,
success. Right? It was one success, no
okay.
failure. Yeah, no bugs.
Okay. Yeah, so then it's good. I think I'm pleased with it. Yeah, because like I don't want to
watches you as you take a sip, like scrutinizing.
Yeah, because like I don't want to be the only one with tea at this meeting, right? So if I still have some, I'm gonna finish it up.
I actually was going to suggest that since we have, multiple guests and are about to sit down for a meeting, Walter, we should probably bring refreshments for everyone.
All right, I'll bring the coffee.
I was thinking more tea, but
You bring the tea, I'll bring the coffee. Give them choice.
Okay, cool. And if any of those snacks haven't entered Ari's body, we should probably offer those as well.
Welcome to our home. Would you like half a Twizzlers?
Smeared chocolate.
This was a Twinkie. I don't know what to tell you. Did you know they discontinued Twinkies? Okay, never mind. We're not going to get into that right now. Twinkies are not a thing anymore. I know.
Wait, what is this for real?
This is for real. Twinkies have been discontinued.
What? They even survived in that I forgot the name of it.
I think they finally realized that all of the jokes we're telling them was that Twinkies are not food.
What was the name of the series with the cities on wheels? Like the cities were like, I forgot the name of it, but in that one, they also had a Twinkie joke where it was like post-apocalyptic world and Twinkies were still there.
Was it Mortal Engines?
Yes. Engines, yes.
Oh, wow. Man.
Yeah. It bombed the movie.
Yeah.
But,
the book Twinkies are no more. So sorry to sidebar us real hard on that, but
Yeah, because they're all in Ari's stomach.
As you all are gathering your things, you do catch that Angela and the other woman, who I would say you all would be aware of at this point through your kind of working, her name is Yunji. And the two of them kind of share a nervous glance at each other, but they don't say anything. And as you all finish and take your seats, Angela steps forward and she goes, "Right. The meeting will start in about a minute. I am going to go out on a limb and assume that none of you have had a proper meeting with a member of the Order of Hermes before. Is that correct?"
I think so.
Oh, sorry, just quick retcon. Ari would have definitely would have put their wings back in hopefully before they appear. because that was supposed to be a secret.
Okay.
Mhm.
A bit of a warning. They are very big sticklers for order and rules and all that. So be careful.
Can we deal with the magical assassins again?
Ugh.
That was.
Be careful are interesting words to use for this group.
Can we deal with the magical assassins again?
No, unfortunately.
Oh.
She steps back, and almost as if there was an exact clock dictating it, the area on the other end of the table in front of you begins to become blocky. And as you're kind of staring at it, some of you wipe your eyes to be sure of what you're seeing. You begin to see Egyptian hieroglyphics appearing in the air. And then the air momentarily seems to harden, and bits and pieces of it, almost like someone pulling bricks away, begins to fall apart. And you see across from you, sitting in what can only be described as the throne of some sort of royalty, is a woman that looks as if she has stepped out of the pages of some sort of Egyptian history book. She has beautiful dark skin with long brown hair and this kind of ornate white dress with this very impressive jewelry, a headpiece and neck piece kind of connected here, and then a very long one going up. You see in one of her hands is a crook, which for those of you who are not super aware is kind of like a staff or a shepherd's staff, but smaller. And I need all of you to make willpower rolls, please.
Oh,
I have two things that I need to say. One, Twinkies were discontinued for 6 months in 2012 and managed to make a comeback. I know there are people in chat right now trying to correct me in the comments. I did my research. I always fact check myself. And two, I would like to voluntarily fail this willpower, because the moment Diesel lays eyes on her, he's like, they are suddenly regretting their choice of wardrobe and they stand up about 2 inches straighter. I would just like to fail the roll.
Oh boy.
Oh, what is that? You just roll how many dots you have in willpower, and
Yeah, in your permanent willpower trait, yes.
okay.
What is the difficulty?
6.
Okay. It's already in there. Sweet. Yeah, one success for me.
0 successes for me.
Oh, 4 for me.
Okay, it looks like Ari is the most
Willpower of a hero.
for this.
And I got 4 successes.
Okay. So for both Ari and Shay, you two of you see her and you feel your eyes being kind of drawn to her, but it's much less of kind of an impact. She definitely looks impressive, almost as if she is drawing attention to her. For you, Mr. True, it hits you a bit harder than the others, as you find it very difficult to move your focus from her. For both
One moment, I remembered something. Since the true love merit, do I get 1 automatic success?
Not in this case. He's not threatening your love in any way. At least not at the moment. But however, both Walter and Diesel, you find the idea of paying attention to anything that isn't her to be an impossibility. As you're staring at her, it's like the world around you has ceased to exist and there is only her. And as she looks at you all, she steps up from her throne and begins to walk towards you. And you know that you are definitely in 2 different locations. It's almost as if the world has been divided in its center. And as she reaches it, you see her step forward, almost as if stepping out of a book. And before long, she is standing in front of all of you. She looks at each of you and she goes, "Oh, I have been told that you all have a bit of a problem with the Nafandi. Is that correct?"
correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Some of you look capable, and she does give each of you a bit of a stare. For both Walter and Diesel, it is almost as if she is staring through into your soul.
Faye smiles because she knows she looks capable. She's wearing her capable outfit today.
Ari is hiding his chocolate hands underneath his butt. Underneath her butt.
Well, let us begin with the pleasantries. My name is Nubia Ghanem Bani Shea, and fourth daughter of Isis. You all may introduce yourselves.
I'm Shay.
Diesel.
Oh, I'm sorry, Diesel.
I'm Diesel. Diesel Coons. It's really nice to meet you.
I'm chest puffs out. Gale Wintru.
I'm Walter Crow. Chest doesn't puff out.
Ari leans to the side to get one hand from underneath their gluteus maximus, looks at their hand and kind of wipes it against their shirt, and they're like,
Hi, Ari.
So 3 siblings, huh? That's pretty packed dinner table.
Not siblings in the way that you all would know them. They are my cabal mates who are currently busy, or they would have joined me.
Oh, well, next time.
Yes, next time. Now that is out of the way, we shall begin going over exactly how you all have found the Nafandi and what we are going to do about that. And at this point, we are going to take our break.
Oh, okay.
oh, what an entrance.
I love her already.
Jesus' face has had me captivated for the last 10 minutes.
Just that 1,000-yard stare just...
Yep.
You described a pretty lady, okay? A very, very pretty lady.
Yeah,
I don't know what you expected the reaction to be other than total awe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm mesmerized.
All right, so we are now back for the second half of our first episode. And with that said, Reek, take it away.
Right. And as we return, Nubia looks at each of you before taking a seat in the chair that has been especially set up for her, which is a little bit bigger than all of yours. And she looks at each of you expectantly, waiting for one of you to start speaking.
Walter kind of clears his throat because unless someone wants to stop me, I assume he's the one that kind of keeps track of all of this, considering his proclivities and day job. So where would you like us to start? From the beginning, or are you informed on the general previous situation that we've been sent here for?
Jeremiah has informed us of your task. I need to know specifically about your encounter with the Infernalist.
So we've been informed that the, as you say, Infernalist is a former member of the Red Thorns. And as far as I know, Shay and Ari encountered her while trying to eavesdrop on her operation. As far as I'm aware, she may be working or is working for the wannabe mayor of Cleveland, along with a shapeshifter that has been helping to kidnap celestially touched awakened. We still have no idea what they need them for, but at least we assume that they are taking them alive, or that was the impression one of our allies got when he made a deal to find that out. As far as the Infernalist, as I said, she's affiliated with the soon-to-be mayor of Cleveland, working with a shapeshifter, and she was formerly affiliated with the Red Thorns that were very eager to help us find out about her. If you have something that you think we should know, it's a good time to share it.
See, and do you all know where these celestial touched individuals are by chance?
Out of character, I think we know of that one address. The mansion. Where was it again, Ray?
And the only other person you won't know of is Evelyn that was being held by them.
I think we looked into a specific mansion in an abandoned place.
Personal house, yes. And that is out in the Parma region of the city.
We know where Sarah's personal house is, but where the celestially touched are being taken, that we do not know as of now. As far as we know, they're being taken alive for some purpose, but I wasn't able to figure out which yet.
And Ari, I have a question for you. Are you currently wearing the bracelet that you were given by Angela?
Oh, yes.
Okay. And she looks at each of you. Her eyes seems to linger on yours, Ari, for a moment before moving to the next person. And she looks at each of you and she goes, and you all are not protecting yourselves. Why?
We have some protections in place around Chantry, unless you mean in other ways.
Has no one taught you how to suppress your signatures, your aura, so to speak?
I actually turn location services off unless I have to have them on.
Not that kind of protection.
Well, it is protection.
Out of character, are we aware of this, or are the players just forgetting, or are the characters unaware?
There have been a few times in which Angela has warned a couple of you about making sure to cloak your aura to make yourself look like a regular person. Though I believe, due to the fact that Ari has an item specifically made for that, I don't believe any of you have done so yet.
Because we had this item, right, with us, or
because Ari has an item.
Yeah, Ari has, yes.
Angela.
Mm-hmm.
And do our characters know how to do it, or do they have the means to do it? Is the other question.
All of you with at least, I want to say, 1 dot of prime would be able to do it.
Yikes.
If you have a 2, I would say you could do it to another person.
Yeah, Walter doesn't have any prime.
I also do not subscribe to the Church of Bezos.
Yeah, I have no prime dots.
Shay does not think that that's a thing.
So
Ari kind of looks at the others because he has they have 2 dots in prime. When she mentions that statement, could they be like try to start to lower their aura? Or do I have
You believe you should be all right, as Angela is pretty decent at this. But you are welcome to attempt to alter your aura further if you like.
Oh no, like they would like to do it for the others, so therefore, because right now they're in 8-year-old brain of, they're in trouble. So they want to try to subtly reduce their auras so they can't be seen suddenly.
Sure. Tell me, how would you do it?
I think they will look at the group, because one of their main spellcasting focuses is via eyesight. So they will look at each one of their auras and then kind of whisper a few words to their underneath their breath to try to hide their aura away.
Okay. All right. Roll your Arte. You need 1 success for the actual effect, and then every success after that will let you target an additional person.
All right. And what is the difficulty?
5.
Okay.
The record for the rest of you, it is very obvious that Ari is doing this. It is not.
Oh, they believe they're super stuff. I'm going to use willpower to make it 4 successes.
Okay. So with that many successes, you can target any 3 people you like.
Oh, that's hard. Now I have to choose favorites. Who are? I think Ari knows.
Like favorites? There is like 1, 2, 3.
There are 4 of us now.
Yes.
Yeah, 4 of us.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Are you?
Yes.
You probably go with your OGs. Like, that's cool.
That's what I was thinking. Like, they had the most experience with this group, so it would be Walter, Diesel, and Shay.
But since Ari has their own protection, couldn't they spare the one for Mr. Drew? Just for the sake of...
To be honest,
for those 3.
Shay doesn't want it. I like... Shay's just kind of... That's
Jade,
not...
why would she want to block her aura? She likes the shine.
I like my aura. Also, as I said, I have protection. I got it handled.
Walter just kind of rubs the bridge of his nose and says, with like, not disrespectful, he says, I am not a generalist. I mostly specialize in the magic of chance. So I don't have that kind of skill set, sadly.
It has become clear to me that a lot of you need more discipline in your life. However, Jeremiah has made it quite clear that I am not allowed to directly intervene without being directly asked for my assistance. What I can tell you is that this Garrick may be more dangerous than you all are prepared to deal with, and that you all need to take every precaution available to you to defend yourself.
So we're not in trouble?
No, it's not my responsibility to discipline you all. You all are awakened, or you are not of the same rank as I am. It's my job to guide you on your path.
They dropped the spell. Yeah, okay. Not in trouble.
Well, I don't know about needing help, but I mean, if you're free, I certainly wouldn't mind, maybe like grabbing a coffee or.
Walter kind of stops Diesel mid-sentence, like puts his hand up. Let's save that for later, okay?
Walter,
Anyway,
I really wanted to see how that played out.
I do not like when people interrupt others when they are speaking. Please, Diesel, I believe, continue.
I was just wondering if you maybe want to grab a coffee with me sometime in the future.
I do not find that idea to be distasteful. I will join you in 2 nights.
Great. How do I tell you where? How do I pick you up or meet you?
I can assure you I will be there on time.
Great. Wonderful. Really looking forward to it. Oh.
As for the rest of you, do you have a plan on how you will deal with the Infernalist?
Walter blinks.
No, we don't have a plan yet. We were working on a plan.
I've been considering.
Yeah. I think that we could use some guidance for sure. So we had some rats. We have some rats. They're following someone that we think might be involved in this. And we're monitoring that. I have a little bit of like a camera situation that's like following some of them. So right now we're in like the tracking stages of that. I'm talking too much. I understand that, and I'm sorry. But a plan, solid plan, not yet. We're kind of just gathering information.
Go ahead.
Right, Walter just kind of pipes up. So, since you seem to be aware of these Infernalists, outside of the, obvious way to deal with any one of us, how would you suggest we deal with an Infernalist to counter their magics, so to speak?
Please tell me when you refer to rats, you mean it as a euphemism for something and not literal rats?
No, it's like a horde of rats.
I believe it's magical.
Yeah, they're magic rats. And they look like rats to me.
We set them out. I think she may have found one, because there was one that was dead where we got out, where we left the.
It looks towards Shay like,
It was a bar. Was it a bar?
It was a bar. The kid did not go inside.
And
Don't.
and they had a dead rat that was smiling. I think she did it, and she might know us.
Well, that would have been great information to have about. How many? When did this happen?
Couple of weeks ago, and Walter actually sounds kind of irritated.
Did Ari didn't tell us about the smiling rat, right? No. Okay. But not even Shay when she was there, right?
no, yeah, they would have told Shay when they
would have told Shay?
Yeah, when they were there, and Iron definitely would have told Iron.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I'm going to say, what? I mean, you saw a dead rat. We don't know that dead rat was, one of our rats. One.
Or kind of rubs the temples of his,
And a dead rat does not mean that. It doesn't mean anything.
There is no such thing as a coincidence. Everything means something. Things are connected. Everything is related. That's how this works.
Okay. Maybe ease off the coffee for a second. Okay, you're right. It is very possible that all of this is connected. But before we lose our heads and go like way too far down the rabbit hole, why don't we give Nubia an opportunity to tell us, to impart some wisdom on us.
Thank you. Your stunt with your rats, while distasteful, isn't incorrect. Gathering more information is very important. However, it is imperative that you all limit the amount of information you are sharing with your enemy. I imagine most of you are truly rather young, though I do know some of us prefer to alter our ages a bit.
What you see is what you get here. I hope that's okay with you.
Just fine. For those of you who still have immortal relatives or people you care for, be very careful about interacting with them. You all, as of the moment, do not seem to have the ability to counter being observed effectively wherever you are. So I would recommend that you avoid being around the people you care about, and Funalist will use any and every advantage they can get. Second, no matter how sweet their words may be, do not trust them and do not agree to anything. The Faustian bargain is very real, and there have been more than a few students who have lost their souls as a result of a desperation for power. Third, I would strongly suggest you take a look at what you are capable of doing and use it to your best effect. I imagine most of you have gained the ability to perceive the world around you in different ways. I am prone to preferring spatial relations or correspondence in lay terms to keep an eye on the area around me. If any of you are allies with the spirit world, they can be quite helpful at watching your back, even if they can be a bit temperamental. So it's very important that you take a look at what you can do as you are. Your enemy will not wait for you to go stronger or smarter. They are at your doorstep now, and you need to be prepared for them now. Lastly, stick together. I know a number of people tend to believe that they can solve their problems or be the hero of their story or some such nonsense. There is a reason there are 4 daughters of Isis. We support each other, we protect each other, and we kill for each other when we need to. I'm not going to tell you that you all will be the best friends or sorority sisters or anything like that. You all may hate each other's guts, to be honest, but it is important that when the proverbial fire erupts, that you all have each other's backs, no matter what. Do you understand what I am telling you?
Yes.
It makes sense.
I've been a little quiet, being that I'm the newest one here, but I must interject here. Do you think, in your opinion, that this infernalist can be reasoned with in any way? Maybe turned? Or do you think violence is the ultimate option in this case?
That is a complicated question. Unfortunately, my expertise is not in the infernal. But my sister didn't tell me that you all need to confirm whether or not these people you are dealing with have taken a journey through something she referred to as a call. If it is simply a misguided child messing with powers they do not understand, then it may be possible with a firm hand to guide them on the right path. However, if they have already gone through whatever infernal transformation begets people on that path, then it is very risky to attempt to save them. There are more than a few stories of people who find themselves consumed when attempting to save another. I will not tell you to save them or not, to fight them or not. That is a decision you all will have to make on your own, and one that will shape you into the future. So I would suggest making a decision that you can live with and following that path wherever it leads.
Thank you for your wisdom.
Yeah, this is great.
Thank you.
We're really looking forward to seeing you again. Really.
All right. I am glad to see that Angela is of service to all of you. And perhaps if she does awaken, she will find herself as my student once again. And as she says that, you all blink for a moment, and as your eyes open, and it couldn't have been more than a fraction of a second, she's simply gone. The pathway behind her has closed, and you're sitting in this room alone.
Well done.
Oh my
That's
God.
been-
I get Diesel a glass of water from the kitchen.
Just take a deep breath, Diesel. That happens. It's okay.
I didn't expect her to say yes. Like
Me neither.
Well, of course she would say yes. You want more information about the mission. She wants to give you more information.
I don't think that's what Diesel was hoping for.
Huh?
Ailwind.
Yes.
I'm confused.
No. I'm gonna have your sister explain, Ari. When she's back. Well, Diesel. Nice. Nice.
I had to shoot my shot. I think I would have regretted it forever if I didn't. I don't know. Something compelled me about her. She was she was stunning. I wasn't imagining that, right? Like she's
No.
No.
full ass goddess. Right?
No, you were not imagining that at all. And I just am inspired, truthfully.
Oh, thanks for the water. And they like drink it all down to like just one long drink. It's just like you can see the beads of sweat popping off their forehead. It's just like
Truly.
So I'm inspired as well to get some information on these infernalists.
My library is downstairs if you are in need of books.
Might we get some information from our tradition about the best way to possibly deal with this, or at least tools that we could possibly look into? I mean, infernalists seem like they'd be like the full-on antithesis of everything it is that you and I stand for, Mr. True.
We could do that, but I think you'll come to find I'm a little less by the book. Believe situations require a little more improvisation than that are really needed. So yes, we can talk about that, but from what you've all told me and from what we just heard from Nubia, I think this would require a more creative solution.
I like what you said, Galland. The idea of trying to find some sort of connection to them, to try to find a way to stop this persuasively, or perhaps even, diplomatically. I like that. I think that is honestly really inspired, and I would like if we at least gave that a shot in this,
it's definitely better to try and take a shot at a social angle at this point without our cowboy here. So,
can I just remind you that she called it a Faustian bargain, and I think most of us know what happened to Faust.
True. I definitely did catch that drop, but that was a metaphor, and these are real people.
I don't think anything in our world is a metaphor nowadays, Shay.
We are all from the song, even if we don't think we are. So I do believe that could be something inside of this infernalist that we just need to dig deep to get at.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, then we can pursue other solutions. But
they currently live in the base cleft, but seem to be capable of causing a lot of trouble. So. What?
No, that was good. You did that on purpose, right? With the bass and the treble? No? You
Did you just make a music pun on accident?
I guess I did.
It's just something we do.
It's certainly a bit of it's a pretty natural inclination.
Oh, Christ.
I mean, I don't think he's going to answer. He's pretty busy.
Nah, never mind. I need to figure out something.
Well, why don't we
it's gonna be a lot of books.
Yeah.
What time of day are we at?
Right now it's about, we'll say 3-ish p.m., maybe like 2:45-ish.
Okay.
Galwind, just before we get to digging. I just want you to know, whenever you're ready, it doesn't have to be now, but I 100% would do your social media.
I have an idea. How about we go with Diesel and Nubia when they meet? Since they're meeting to get more information about this mission, and we can join them. We can join them, and we can. I think it might be a.
I think when they do that, why don't we have our own? We have a side adventure, we have our own covert. It's gonna be good. We're gonna dig up some even deeper truths while they do that. That's
just a fine idea.
Yeah, we're gonna really just go underneath all the pipes. You, me, and Walter, and Ari. We're gonna. Yep.
You've convinced me.
Good. This is going good.
Can we maybe get something to eat?
Yeah. What are you in the mood for?
I have chocolate.
Oh, protein, probably some protein.
Yes, a meal. Perhaps.
What? So, at a game, what is Cleveland known for? Isn't it like the spaghetti with the cheese on it? Is that Cleveland? I don't remember.
No, that is. Are you talking about like poutine?
No. I'm talking about spaghetti, like chili spaghetti.
Is that what
I don't remember if that's a Cleveland thing. I'm trying to remember what Cleveland's. I know that it looks like. I guess.
Well, I don't want to say it because I don't know what the rating of this stream is, but
YouTube is PG-13.
As Milwaukee was, beverages are known for it.
Free help.
I would say, first of all, that was hilarious. The area you're in would actually have really popular gyros.
I'm here for that.
I love that.
They have some really great Greek food down the street.
Oh, yes, maybe some falafel. Okay.
What's that?
Oh, you're gonna like falafel.
I do think Ari is gonna like falafel.
Make sure we get some yogurt sauce for them to dip it in. I think that would be their jam.
Yeah. I'm gonna get meat on a stick.
Yes, because I believe we need nourishment before we really dig into these tomes.
Food is the best way to start the warm-up process. If you've eaten well, then you're going to sing better.
Yeah.
Ari.
That's music to my ears.
Ari holds up their hand, the other hand that has chocolate on it. Says, that's right.
Maybe, I don't know, Walter kind of starts rummaging in his way too deep pockets, and he pulls out this small packet of wet tissues. Just maybe wipe your hand with those. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
And
You should actually probably wash your hands and wash your face before we go to the restaurant anyway, so.
Isn't it a stand? Wait, that's a different place. Never mind.
Yeah, I think just a quick touch up, make you like it nice and sparkly for people, and so that we don't look like all we feed you is chocolate, because that would be bad.
Oh, yeah.
Is that
As
normal?
you say that, Angela steps forward and she goes, "Yes, Ari, we wouldn't want people to think that you're only eating chocolate, now would we?"
That's right. I eat other things like tea with chocolate and oatmeal with chocolate. And
We feed him. We feed them more than chocolate. We swear. There are green things. Green things happen. Vegetables.
Their sister does a lot of the feeding.
And we do not interfere in the sibling. She scares me.
And Angela looks at each of you, giving each of you, except for Mr. True there, the kind of disapproving mom look. And she goes, right, to which why I am sure that none of you would mind me accompanying you to make sure that Ari continues their diet of nice plants and vegetables and fruits, right?
plants?
Yeah, vegetables are things that you eat. You have a very well balanced diet.
Are they like next to the trains where Iron and I went next to the trains? We only saw like trees and stuff. We didn't see like plants to eat.
No, that's
All right, this is actually physically painful to me. Okay, listen. Ari's diet is probably not as balanced as it could be, but we do not interfere in Iron's, system. She understands them better than anybody, and she feeds them as they see fit, and we respect that. Because it's not our business. Because Honest Abe kicked in real hard there for Diesel, and they couldn't.
Yes.
They couldn't keep lying.
And Walter just goes, yeah, what Diesel said, because their sister scares me. I don't want to get in between them.
And at this point, Yunji steps forward. She goes, well, your honesty is certainly admirable. However, I don't think throwing each other under the bus is quite what Nubia meant by having each other's back. But I'm going to go ahead and clean out the kitchen, and I'm sure that you all have a wonderful dinner with Angela. And you gather she is most definitely getting out of Dodge as quickly as possible.
Just leave the coffee, please.
You do not need any more coffee. Do you have anything inside of your body besides coffee right now, Walter? Have you had any water? Have you had any?
Look, Pandora makes sure I drink at least some water, okay? At least in the morning.
Well, there is water in coffee.
No, but
Coffee is a dehydrator. It's really bad for your throat.
I'm not that helpless. I have a person that helps, okay?
I'm getting a pitcher of water for everybody. I know the importance of hydrating because it is part of my 17-step skincare routine. I will be right back. Going to get a pitcher of water. It's gonna be fine.
Do we want to order the Greek food in, or do we want to go? I think maybe it's just easier to have them come here, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
And Diesel pulls out their phone, opens up an app, and just starts taking people's orders. And they make a point of making sure there's a salad or two in the mix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Walter also makes a point to get a separate order for Pandora, who's around but doesn't talk much.
Angela makes sure to get her food and Yunji's food vegan, as well as order something for both Aaron and Vandal, your resident cowboy. And after a few moments, you all gather back together and your food is delivered. You do see that Angela and Yunji kind of pair off and do their own thing in the same room, keeping a clear eye on Ari, making sure that they eat all of their food. I believe you all wanted to make some rolls to see what you can learn about Infernalists. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Time to do some investigation.
So
Yeah.
how are you all doing this investigation?
Walter's gonna use the library because he has 3 dots in it.
Okay. All right. Okay. So for that, roll me intelligence plus research plus library rating.
That's hopefully gonna be a lot of dice. That's
And is anyone helping him?
so that's
Actually-
intelligence, research, search.
If one of us helps, is that all we can do? Does that take up our turn for all intents and
For
purposes?
this, yes, I would say all these things are kind of happening together.
Okay.
I think Ari will most likely be struggling at the kitchen table. You know, when the kid gets stuck with vegetables, they're just like, they can't leave the table before they get finished eating them. And he's just like,
Clicked that wrong.
I actually think I would like to help Walter here, and let me know if you think that this works. But I kind of want to, while he's looking through like the physical library, I want to be like
Looking
like
through the digital.
data checking, like what he's looking up on the like in the digital sphere, like and kind of seeing what matches we get and any inconsistencies, or maybe not inconsistencies, but like fringe theories that pop up based on what he finds in the physical library. Any sort of like message boards where people are talking about this somewhere on like the dark web, like commentary on the things that he's finding in the physical library. So that's what I want to do, and I want to use my data to do
So
that.
should I roll or should I wait for Shay's roll first?
You make your roll since you're doing the physical library, and Shay, roll me your RT first, difficulty 5.
And I'm gonna spend 1 willpower to get 1 extra success because I like even numbers. So
One
that would be-
success, no fail.
I got 5 hits.
All right, code that for me, Walter. Now, Shay, you roll me your intelligence plus research, or intelligence plus technology.
I'll definitely do technology for sure.
The difficulty on this will be 7.
Ooh.
2 successes. 1 is a 10.
Okay. Do you have a specialty in technology?
It's social media.
I'll allow it. So I'll give you 3 successes. Okay. Beautiful. All right, so we will start with Walter first. As you begin to pore over the books available to you, you find that they are overall light on specific details. You do find what looks to be like maybe an old tome from what you guess may have been some sort of demonologist or someone trying to write or chronicleize demons and devils that exist. And you quickly realize that for the most part, an infernalist is someone who has made some sort of deal with one of these entities, and they range. Some of them are people who have made a deal and has failed. Some of them have managed to strike a kind of a balance of power and partnership. Others are just people who have been manipulated or tricked. You do find a mention of something called a call. And this is towards the end of one of the books, and it mentions that it is a physical place and that there are many of them, and they are primarily located in the Umbra, though there are portals believed to exist in certain areas in the world, and these portals can be found based on residents or kind of events that have happened near them. you know that going through one is meant to be a harrowing experience in which, according to the writer of this book, reverses the process of ascension into a descension.
Oh,
How many dots of occult do you have, Walter?
I believe I have 3. I have 3.
Okay. All right. So even for you are a bit studied, but the concept there doesn't make a lot of a sense to you. You are familiar with what ascension is. It's supposedly what all of you as awakened beings are after, kind of to see what's next in reality. But the opposite of that shouldn't be anything as far as you're aware. And you frustratingly find that this book doesn't go any further on what exactly that means or how exactly it works.
All right, so that is the other way.
It is very clear that it is a very harrowing process and not many people will survive.
Mm-hmm. So after researching that, can Walter try rolling his past lives to see if he has an experience somewhere that might be helpful in the current situation that he's researching? Like maybe one of his past lives was an infernalist, mayhaps. Unlikely, but maybe there is something. Could he try?
You can roll that. And while
So
you're
that's-
rolling that, we will...
So that's only the 3 dice, right?
Yes. Difficulty 6. And
So
we
I'm
will
just
see
gonna...
what our lovely Shay has found. So, Shay, with your 3 successes, you spend some time kind of going through the various channels, the various... It's so hard to describe this without using any actual names. Message boards and looking for information. And before long, you find yourself in kind of a, not quite the dark web, but kind of like a shadier section of the internet with much more links that you are aware would be very poor to kind of click on. And you begin to find different groups, different people. And one of them pops out to you. There's a link that seems to be showing what looks to you to be the symbol of a staff intertwined with 2 serpents. However, it's off to you because you realize the serpents seem to be going in the opposite direction. Instead of going up towards the top, they seem to be going down towards the bottom. Would you like to click on it?
I would, and as I do, I'm going to say, Walter, hold on. You said something as you were flipping about,
What?
descension instead of ascension.
Yeah,
right?
that's... Apparently you can go in reverse from what we experienced. I have no idea how that works.
Okay. Well, I found something. Click. Inverted staff sounds.
And as the link opens, you find yourself in a very old style chat room. I think I can say this because I don't think it's around anymore, but a very AOL style chat room.
Sure.
Still around,
I
unfortunately.
am familiar.
The 7 people in the chat right now that know what I'm talking about. You are very...
Bulletin boards, even further down.
Yeah, BBS.
But you find that there are a few people in here, and you see one of them who has kind of an avatar that's just to be like a man with a hood covering their face, completely bathing them in shadow. And as you enter, one of them sends you a message. Do you open it? Okay. And as you open it, there is the kind of blinking light before a message is sent to you. And you get a greeting. It says, welcome.
What is their username?
The caller.
Okay. They say welcome. Wait, actually, you know what? Is there like a visual chat room, or are these all DMs and I could just see? But like I see how our people are talking in the Like the main chat?
No, from what you can see, there is a main chat section, but there's no one talking.
No one's talking in it. People are just DMing each other. Okay. Welcome. I just say, appreciated.
What do you seek?
Answers. As we all do.
What are you willing to pay?
The cost.
It takes a moment before you get another message, but after about 30 seconds, a very odd looking URL is sent to you. It's almost written in a way that to you wouldn't make any sense, but you, because of your understanding of the sphere of data, realize it is not a normal internet link. It is something created by the awakened. Would you like to click on it?
No, what I would like to do is I would like to open up an incognito browser and I would like to type it in to a separate window or letter to letter.
All right.
I would like to hit enter.
Shay ain't no amateur.
This is like a tutorial. This is good.
We have a lot of faith in just regular incognito browsers. I feel it. Okay. You type it in, and when you click it, for a moment, the computer you're looking at just goes black. Nothing is on the screen, no clicker, no insignia, anything. Can I have you make a willpower roll for me, please?
Ooh.
You are muted if you are speaking.
No, I'm still rolling. Okay, I got 2 6s and a 7.
Okay. 3 successes. Beautiful. As the computer comes back on, the rest of you see Shay stare at it for a moment and her eyes begin to blink rapidly. But for you, there's nothing on the screen. For you, Shay, suddenly images fill your mind, symbols in an arcane language you've never encountered before. You see symbolism of people, of a man in ornate robes having 13 rings on his fingers. And just as soon as it happens, it stops. And at this point, we're actually going to see what Walter is seeing. Walter, with your past lives, you take a moment and you kind of block the others out. And you begin to kind of meditate, hoping to receive guidance. And as you open your eyes next, you are standing in what looks to be a makeshift ring made out of snow. The center of it is a man who seems to be maybe in his 50s, kind of a long white beard, a bald head, and in his right hand he's holding what looks to be like a long quarterstaff. He looks at you and he says, right, as I was saying, the infernal entities are quiet strangely. The Order believes that their work recently has removed a number of them from the equation, but it is very important that you do not underestimate their kind. They were here when the wall was written. They will be here long after it is done. They are crafty. They will play on every desire of the mortal heart. It wasn't long ago that a friend of mine was taken by such an entity. I beseech you, as my time is coming to its close, do not speak with them. They must be exterminated and sent back to the abyss from which they come. Be very weary of accepting information from them. Knowledge is a form of power, and it is the thing that corrupted Eve in the garden in the first place. And it's time for us to begin your training again. And your focus is pulled back from the two men as they approach each other in the center of this. What you gather is some sort of ring. And you come to just as you see Shay kind of jerk back from the computer she's looking at. You reach up, Shay, and begin to wipe at your eyes, trying to remove something that clearly isn't there. And as your eyes begin to focus again, you see the room around you, as if nothing happened.
13. 13. 13. Just, sorry, it feels very important that there were 13 rings. I saw
13 rings?
I saw a guy in robes, and he had 13 rings on his fingers. And I don't usually notice stuff like that, like how many rings people have on their fingers. But I saw it, and I noticed it, so...
Well...
It has to be important.
I mean, at least in mundane culture, 13 is an unlucky number.
Ugh, I don't love that. I hope we find a different reason for the 13. But it does track.
All right,
Anyway.
I have a suggestion. If we ever encounter one of those deal-making demons, let's not, and let's just try to yeet them into the abyss.
Well, totally. But we were just given some information.
Yeah, so was I. Don't talk to them and yeet them into the abyss.
Okay. Good.
I might have a way that we could get more information if we feel like we need it. But
Yeah.
I think, at least for now, we have a pretty good start. This, and they pull their pitch pipe out of their back pocket. This lets me speak with spirits.
What?
Yeah, I've been fiddling around with it and noticed there are a couple of aspects to it that I didn't quite know how to use before. But you know, when you're sitting on the sidelines board during rehearsals, you figure stuff out.
Whoa. Cool.
We can't hear
With
you.
that, and with that, can you hear me now?
Yes.
And with that, our camera is going to focus in on Shay for a moment, and your phone vibrates in your pocket.
Is there a number on the screen?
There's no number, but there's an ID. And you see it is from someone called The Caller.
Great.
And
Fantastic.
that is where we're going to end our
Of
story.
course.
For the
Yeah.
The caller.
Okay. No, this will go super well.
No, you just watched a creepy video and got a phone call. Like, this is not.
That's some of the ring shit right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Shay did that thing where you F around and find out.
Did.
So I hope you all enjoy our first episode. Once again, thank you all so much for coming by. If you like what you see here, of course, go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. And we will definitely be back next Monday for episode 2 of Bonds Beyond Time. Farewell for now.